The My Little Pony TCG. Yes, that's right. We're doing My Little Pony. If you don't like that, you are free to click off the video. In this world where everything seems to be pretty damn dismal, it is quite important, I think, to remember that there is a lot of good in the world. And that good right now is centered around, for many people, collectibles. And one of those big collectible card games is the Pokemon TCG. Now, unfortunately, for many of us, it has become very inaccessible for various reasons. So I started looking at other games that were around, and a friend recommended the My Little Pony TCG. Of course, I was at first like, okay, well, I, as everybody else, had a brief interest in My Little Pony when it first came out. Some people had a very big interest in My Little Pony, but I wasn't super bothered about it. Of course, I do have a favorite pony. It's not the topic of today's discussion, but it will probably come up very soon, if there is any level of success to this card game. Now, this isn't the first card game that has come out. In fact, it's probably one of many, many card games that are based around My Little Pony that have come out. And that doesn't say anything about the brand itself, about how it has any kind of lack of staying power. It says more that there is a bigger community surrounding other card games than this one. And the reason for that, I think, is kind of complicated. But I have took a look at a lot of the card game mechanics, at a lot of the vanity cards, which there are a heck of a lot of vanity cards. And I've sort of looked through and tried to analyze what is the best part of this card game. What will make it actually stick out? And what will actually make it so that it really will stay around for a long time? So join me. We're going to Equestria. Okay, so an interesting kind of setup here. We have, of course, the web page, unofficial, I believe, but is a really useful tool because right now we don't have much information other than the pictures of the vanity cards and everything that will be in this set. Some of it in English, some of it in Chinese. So, relatively speaking, yes, we do have a lot of information, but we also could really do with a lot of official information and support. We have a ratio chart. Ratios hurt my brain. I'm a scientist. I'm a person who's interested in all different kinds of maths and things like that. I just don't. Ratios like this just hurt my brain. I can't deal with this. This is beyond me, unfortunately. However, I do speak this language. This is the language of colourful rares, gold rares, etc. Shining and Sapphire variants, I believe, would be the rarest. I'm not too sure. So I'm not sure how this part works. But anyway, we will see a lot of the cards. There's some very nice art. This is like very cute and very reminiscent of a lot of the episodes. There is rules here, so I'm not going to explain the rules. That's for another video. We're just purely looking at the aesthetics of the cards. Applejack, which is, I will say, a favorite. I'm not going to go into it right now, but Applejack is a favorite, and her play style in this game is interesting. That's as much as I will say. Look at this art. This is a common, or a relatively common card. We will go to Twilight Sparkle. This is very cute. This is very reminiscent of, I believe, the first episode, maybe second episode. Very sweet art. Again, this is just very basic. These are the cards you'll most encounter. This card is really good, actually, for taking out your opponent's creatures or taking out their I'm so used to speaking the language of Yu-Gi-Oh and MTG and Pokemon, taking out your opponent's ponies, and it's just an interesting card that you can just ram into other cards. But again, we're mostly speaking about the art. This isn't the main vanity pack. The main vanity pack I will get into in a second, in a little while. We'll go to gold rares. So again, we'll start with Applejack. Like Applejack, this is a cute art, and it draws a card for you. Always good. Draw power is good in any TCG. So while on an adventure, this card is adorned with an item. All the characters in the adventure area get +1 inspiration, so she buffs everybody. That's really cool. Really nice art on this one as well. Rarities doing rarity things. There are two different. I think literally the only difference with this is the language. Yeah, because it's pre-plan. So this is like an early pre-release version of the card. Really nice art again. This will be gold gilded kind of border, and I'm quite happy about that because that does look really nice. Again, we're only to gold rare now. Silver rare, let's see. Yep, so a lot of this border will be silver. Pinkie Pie's doing cute Pinkie Pie things. We've got some actually obscure ponies and more obscure characters. This is not an example of one, I don't think. Draw 2 cards, discard 1 card, good effect. Again, this border will be silver, and we've seen examples of some of these cards and they look really good. Again, these are relatively common cards. These are the lower ratio pulls, I believe. Uncommon cards, so these are the sort of standard everyday cards that you'll see more of than anything else. These are the ones that will come with the starter deck that comes out on May the 1st. So we've got a nice Twilight Sparkle. Again, these are perfectly serviceable cards, these uncommon normal ones. Apple Bloom, looking cute. Got nice effects. These are the commons. Again, the commons are perfectly serviceable, perfectly good cards. No real kind of shininess to them, I don't think. Unless I'm wrong about that. If I'm wrong about that, let me know. Common story cards. We won't go through all of the commons. We'll start with a lot of these cards, actually. Now, this is going to have some insane foiling on it. And we have multiple examples of cards from the vanity pack that is, as I'm calling it, the vanity pack, that is overall just absolutely stunning. Now, again, this is a TCG. This is a game that is intended to be played. You're supposed to play with these cards. They're not high-end collectibles. You can treat them like high-end collectibles if you want. But they are mostly to be played with. We have variants of different kinds of cards. These are, from what I understand, the equivalent of your mana or your lands. And they give your cards power in the form of inspiration, I think. I may have got that wrong. Again, it's very early days of the game, but I'm really quite excited for it. Here is the art that I want to collect every single one of these. This is not part of the vanity pack, but I really could collect every single one of these. Let's see, Fluttershy. This will have some insane gilding on the outside, and Shining Ruby Rare is quite a catchy little title for this kind of color scheme. The good thing is you can play with the common version of any of these cards, and it doesn't make a difference. I really like this Applejack. It's absolutely wonderful. You can play with the common version, or you can play with the most rare version. It doesn't matter. It's it's for the most part the same card. It's like your commander in MTG. You can play with a really rare version of that commander, or you can play with the common version of the commander. It doesn't matter. Here is Rainbow Dash. Now, I would love that Rainbow Dash. I would like all of these Shining Ruby Rare cards, to be honest. This is just from the battle pack. This is just from the first battle pack that we are getting, and we're already getting some wonderful art. This is a really, really nice sort of full art, I would call it. Again, we've got a nice effect here. I'm not going into the mechanics of the game. It's way too early for that. Here's Applejack looking majestic. Oh, she's actually got a farewell. I won't read that. Won't get tempted to go down there and get distracted. Again, lovely effects. Another Applejack. Being Applejack, kicking apples from the tree. So this is just the kind of thing that we're getting for. Again, this will all be gilded, and it's lovely. This will be gilded. There'll be different effects on the card. We've seen examples of these in the wild, and they are quite beautiful. These cards. So yeah, that is most of these cards. These are the really common versions of the Soda and all of that. We'll now go on to the vanity cards because this is where things get really crazy. So this is the first pack. Look at these. This is insane. They don't even look like cards at this point. They are like crazy looking cards. These are stunning. And the Friends Forever card is just like, having that in a binder would be so good. All of these are absolutely beautiful. Again, they'll have like stunning effects around the outside. This sort of framing really does like make the cards stand out and make the characters stand out. All of the different poses is like an interesting celebration of the characters themselves, like all of the different versions of the characters that have existed throughout the many iterations of MLP. Really cool, really sort of homagey and really nice. We got some beautiful art here as well. All of this is from the first set. I'll quickly scroll back up. Moon Series 1. This might be the set that we're getting. We might be getting the battle pack first. There is examples of sets that are online that are not this one. The release is sort of really variable. It's a little bit annoying to tell you the truth, but it's the nature of products that are non-standardly released being released. Again, look at all of these wonderful arts. Got a nice little lotus flower there. Yeah, just beautiful, beautiful stuff. We have these are some of the arts that I absolutely really, really want. Really nice sort of glimmery, shiny effect all the way through. And anything with a circle in it, because of Yu-Gi-Oh! I've been conditioned to want any card that is framed in a circle. Because of Dark Magician and all of that kind of thing. Yeah, this appeals to me right here. This is good stuff. Especially this is Dark Magician to me. That's my Dark Magician pony. Really cool stuff. Yeah, just really nicely framed art. And there's just so much to love about this sort of art style. Like I say, in the actual card itself, it's really glimmery. And there's multiple layers of effects going on. So I think that's really cool. Ultra rares, they're okay. I can imagine these being the rainbow rare kind of cards, and there's a lot of them. There is a heck of a lot of them. I really want that one, like Applejack. Super, super rare. These are obviously playing cards. Really cool idea. There's some really weird stuff coming out though. Princess Twilight Sparkle. We got Pinkie Pie, Nurse Redheart, Sunset Shimmer, Trixie. I like the Applejack one, of course. Another Applejack one. You could basically make a full deck of cards by the looks of things. And Princess Luna is an interesting one. Sunset Shimmer. Yeah, just really cool. Unusual to have in a vanity set, like basically a whole playable set of cards for another, another card game effectively. Moon Series 2, I think, is what we are getting, but I'm not too sure. That promo card, is really beautiful when you actually get up close to it and see a printed version of it. Friendship is Magic comic, really cute art. I'm a big fan of it. So lots of different famous scenes, and having these in your binder would be really cool. Bit hard to display because of the kind of verticality of some of these cards, but yeah, a little bit tricky. Or rather the horizontalness of the cards, whatever the correct term is. Some of them are going to be a bit tricky to display. This one is cool, man. This one's really cool. Yeah, I've not seen much MLP, to tell you the truth. I've seen like maybe a couple of episodes and sort of been absorbed culturally into what was in the show just via osmosis. But there is a lot of there's a lot more fighting than I thought, because I'm seeing a lot of fighting in these cards. Like they're all kicking each other's butts a bit, which is interesting. Girls show indeed. Yeah, people really need to stop with the casual labeling things of this is a boys show, this is a girls show. Well, people people need to realize that girls shows can kick ass too, and boys shows can kick ass too. Everybody everybody has, everybody's show is their own show. Like, it's nothing to do with girls versus boys. It's like, if it's interesting to you, enjoy it. Just, we need to move away from that casual sort of, I would say, like, casual sexist view of media. Really nice. I'll get off my soapbox for a second there. Really nice art here. We got a dirty Applejack. We got really nice art. Again, this will be glittery in person. So it will look glittery, this part. Different layers of glitter. It's quite hard to show you this effect when it's just on the cards themselves, like the plain blank cards themselves, unfortunately. Uh, so we got more very simple rares. These are the ones that you'll most likely see a lot more often. We got Derpy Hooves, I believe, or Muffins. Muffins. Okay, I thought it was Derpy Hooves. Interesting. Discord is interesting, actually. Yeah, I've not seen a lot of these characters, but they're really quite cool. We got one more to go through. Similar art. Again, absolutely love it. This might be the same. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same. I think it's just a second release. Okay. So overall, I think this is a really worthwhile game to actually get involved in, whether it's for the collectible aspect of it or it is for the the actual card game itself. Which, by the way, like I said, the card game does look really good, but I don't want to get too deep into it right now. because nothing has been released. We don't have access to any of the cards. So I'm not going to talk about a card game that I haven't personally play tested. I did talk a little bit about some of the rules, but it's not important at all to your enjoyment of just the cards themselves. Because, again, like I said, in a world where everything is dominated by Pokemon TCG, everything is dominated by the big hitters of the card game world, we need to look back and kind of look at this whole picture, step away from it and say, okay, it's time to give something smaller a go. It's time to move into something that isn't about money. It's time to find a card game that is enjoyable and isn't going to financially ruin me. And more to the point, beyond all of that, isn't going to be hard to actually get cards for. This game, right now, not including the battle pack because that's not even out yet, this game right now is really cheap in terms of the vanity cards. However, some of the vanity cards in the sets that are available right now, the 2 vanity sets, they are very affordable. £40 for 100 cards. Some of the cards coming from those sets, because there is no market, because there is no actual appreciable kind of interest in the collectability side of the game or anything like that right now, it's really cheap to get into it. But some of the cards are really, really expensive because the market exists openly. It's very open and broad. You can set the price at pretty much whatever you want until the market regulates itself, until people are interested in this game more. That is the issue with something like MLP. I can't speak to it as a super fan or anything like that. I can't speak to it from that perspective, but I can speak to it from the perspective of a TCG player. I know that when there is no listings for a certain product, whether it's a single card or a bulk pack of cards, or it's a product that is sealed or whatever, there is the opportunity to set this kind of threshold of what you think the card is worth. And when the market corrects, people will agree or disagree with your price. So there is money to be potentially made if you want to make money. I just ask anybody who gets into the MLP, TCG, or just the collectible side of things, just don't ruin it. Don't turn this into Pokemon, please. Pokemon, right now, there's some interesting stuff going on that I'm about to discuss in another video. But Pokemon right now is just an absolute nightmare for so many reasons. The MLP TCG and the MLP collectible side of the same game, it just needs to exist on its own as a sort of reservoir away from all of this insanity. Because Pokemon right now is a desert, and every single marketable aspect of the TCG is flowing towards higher and higher profit, higher and higher money, but it isn't flowing towards the right people necessarily, I would say. It's getting to the point where it's getting really unenjoyable. So seeing these cards and seeing how nice they are, I will show you some close-ups of interesting cards as I'm talking about this, with the actual foil effect applied. We just need a break from it. We need to enjoy these cards and appreciate the foiling on them, and the fact that it is coming from a company that is known for stationery. My friend pointed out to this fact that it is about the manufacturers of these cards, these incredible cards, were formerly a stationery company. They didn't produce anything of anything even close to this, except the Naruto TCG, which is so unknown that many people don't even know that there is a Naruto TCG. So, just wanted to showcase a TCG that's actually worth looking at, actually worth considering as an alternative to the complete and utter chaos of Pokemon and One Piece and whatever else is going on in your particular sphere of all of this. So yeah, thanks for watching.